Well, hello and welcome everybody to the New Health Conversation. As I always do, I want to address the censors who monitor the community guidelines, the content within TikTok. And over the last several months, we've had several instances where you slowed down, stopped, or restricted viewing to our podcast because of big misunderstandings. What I always want to do is I want to clear it with you to make sure that you understand that everything that we're doing is totally compliant. As a matter of fact, we're the most compliant people that you have on all of TikTok. And here's why. First of all, you'd said this was some form of disordered eating. That is completely false. This protocol called protein pacing, number one, it's a registered trademark with the U.S. Patent Office. The U.S. Patent Office does not give out trademarks to things that are unhealthy for human beings. Number two, though, it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world dealing with health and wellness, like the Obesity Journal, Frontiers in Physiology, Nutrition Journal, Nutrients, Frontiers in Nutrition, and Nature Communications, one of the top 4 or 5 medical journals in the world. So as you well know, when you do a peer-reviewed human trial study, it gets vetted, it gets examined by the top researchers in the world, and before the journal will publish it, they send it to a third party to validate. So it's been proven to be safe, it's real, there's no form of disordered eating. As a matter of fact, 5 days a week, people have 4 meals a day, and 2 days a week, they eat 8 times a day. It is the safest, most powerful weight loss program, and yet it is not a diet. It actually is a detox. Which brings me to the second point that you had said that you were worried that at times it was some form of a body dysphoria or body image. Again, nothing could be farther from the truth. It's a detox. And what we're showing and telling people is the bloating they experience is not because they added fat to their body or they got fatter. As a matter of fact, they have the same number of fat cells at puberty they have when they die, and their fat cells expand or contract in their lifetime. That's the only thing that can happen. So what we show them is that the bloating they're experiencing is not a body image thing. It's the body telling them that they're unhealthy because they're storing chemicals in their body. The great news about this protein pacing, it's proven and published in the medical studies that through blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis, it's removing chemicals from the body. So the reason that they're shrinking has nothing to do with body image. It's a medical thing that they're getting healthier by being able to shrink, okay? Last but not least, well, also then you'd said that we were diverting people away from TikTok to buy products. We have no products to buy. We've never had products to buy. We don't sell products, and we're not planning on selling products, okay? Last but not least, you also, a while ago, it said something about original content or copyrighted material. We have an interview with the #1 weight loss nutrition researcher in the world, and he says in the interview he wants us to publish his work, their work. It's not just him, it's a whole team of scientists on our website, so it's in the public domain and everybody can see it. So I hope this will clear up any doubts you might have had in your mind that we're not the most compliant people, because we are. As a matter of fact, between the only people we can find anywhere on TikTok with actual medical proof are the pharmaceutical companies and now this protocol called protein pacing. We can't find any of your other influences on TikTok with one shred of medical evidence. And yet you're letting them come on, they're making all these claims about these diets and whatever. They have no proof, okay? So we're the most compliant. We want to stay that way. We want to stay within the community guidelines, of course. Thank you very much. Well, good morning, Smitty. Good morning, love my kids. Good morning, Dainty. A success. Hello, Althea. Hello, Carol Gorilla. Oh, okay. User 365, user 712, Fab, Sandria. Okay, so she actually lost 60 pounds in 90 days. No products, no pills, no dieting, a revolutionary natural detox. And it's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world, which you're all going to be able to see on our website. You can see it just right above her head, or easier for you, you just would go to Google, you'd type in the New Health Conversation. It's not a link, it's a website. And so I want you to understand, you just type, you go to Google, you type in the New Health Conversation, it'll take you to the website. There's nothing to buy there. The only thing there is the medical proof. And you're going to see the medical proof behind everything I'm going to share with you here this morning. This is going to change, many of you, it can change your lives. This is so powerful that it took over 15 years of research from the top weight loss researchers in the world who were paid for, at that point, over 30 years to try and find a diet that worked. And out of 100 studies, thousands of people, they never found a diet where people lost weight, kept it off, and sadly, 2/3 of everybody gained more weight than they lost. And there's a simple reason why your diets don't work. Diets don't work because of this reason. The human body cannot count a calorie. It doesn't know what calories are. It's never counted a calorie. What it counts is nutrition. And when you go on a diet, you reduce the amount of food you're consuming, you're reducing the amount of nutrition. That triggers in your brain a starvation response, and your brains will turn to your muscles for fuel, slowing down your metabolism, but also by losing lean muscle mass, you slow down your own immune system. So literally by going on a diet, the more successful you are, the more unhealthy you become because you continue to diminish your own immune system. This is revolutionary. It is a detox. It is not a diet. There's no calorie counting. No one was allowed to exercise. And yet, they're losing as much weight basically in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet any of you have ever been on. I'll prove it to you. I'm willing to do some free consultations if you tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight. I'll blow your mind at how fast you can actually lose weight on this. Do you really want to change your life? Because here's what you're up against right now. I will challenge any of you to show me anybody, I'm seeing it, but more transparent, please. When you say more transparent, I haven't explained it to you yet, so I would imagine you're going to find out here in just a second, I promise, okay? So let's do that right now. I know a lot of you are anxious to find out how in the heck does this work and is it real? So first of all, a success. This is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world dealing with health, well, most importantly, weight loss, okay? I will challenge you a success. Just give me a yes or no. Are you aware of anybody on TikTok with one shred of medical evidence? Now, medical evidence is a peer-reviewed, published human trial on human beings, not mice, rats, chickens, not an in-house study, but an actual medical proof. This has been scrutinized by 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world dealing with weight loss, okay? So number one, it's real. We're not making any claims. We're simply sharing with you what they did, how they did it, and what the results were published in these journals, okay? So first of all, here's how it works. It was invented, or yeah, I guess invented, you'd say, by the top weight loss researchers in the world, as I mentioned before, who'd spent years trying to find diets, paid to analyze diets. They never found one that worked. So they said, wait a minute, there's got to be some place in the world where nobody's overweight. And so they found these other researchers in these regions in the world, in Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, where nobody was overweight. And when they examined what was going on, the commonality between different countries even, and there was one common theme, and it'll seem too simple to all of you. They simply had access to food that we don't have access to, that had huge amounts of nutrition. And therefore, believe it or not, they could eat less food. If I can teach you anything, you've never in your life ever been hungry for a calorie. Your body has no idea what calories are. It doesn't count calories. It's a myth made up by mankind. It's nonsense. The only thing you can ever be hungry for is nutrition. So anyway, the researchers, and they didn't find these people and they didn't find these foods, but they found the researchers who had been actually had these foods for years, but they never put it together in a comprehensive way. So these researchers, here's what they did, and here's what you would do. You literally would get a grocery list, because 30%, whatever you spent last month on groceries, you're only going to buy 30% at your grocery store with a list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. And they're going to be based on serving sizes. That leaves you 70% of the money to go towards these foods that literally come from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, which the researchers have called the world's most perfect foods from a nutritional standpoint. They contain about 300 different nutrients. 300, not 30. And unless you're on a prescription for low iron or calcium, you don't need any other supplements at all. Okay, then what they did, using these food groups, they invented a new way of eating that's a registered trademark with the U.S. Patent Office called protein pacing. You can actually look it up. By the way, these scientists are created, they don't have any products. They don't have a company. They're research scientists. That's what's so great about this, okay? So here's what you would do. Here's what she did. 5 days a week, she had 4 meals a day. She started with the world's most perfect food for breakfast, lunch and dinner from the grocery list, and a 4th meal after dinner. 2 days a week, here's the detox. See, first and foremost for all of you, this is a detox. It is not a diet. How many of you believe, including you, a success? Do you believe we're living in a toxic world, and do you believe you're toxic? because unless you don't think you are, because we're drinking, breathing, eating chemicals. As they enter the body, the brain, to protect us, takes that chemical and stuffs it inside our visceral fat. That's why people have bloating. They didn't add fat to their body. That's another one of the big lies. There's no such thing. You have the same number of fat cells at puberty you do when you die, and your fat cells expand or contract. So all these people telling you you can burn fat on a diet or you can burn fat at a gym, it's nonsense. It's not medically, it's nonsense, okay? So anyway, every night when you go to bed, whether you know it or not, your body shuts down digestion. It has to do that. And then the body automatically detoxes itself in a process called autophagy when your body gets rid of the dead cells. Happens every night as long as you don't eat too late. So the researchers felt by giving her, by the way, 2 days a week, no food from the grocery store. Only these world's most perfect foods that you're going to eat 8 times a day. So she was eating every hour and a half for 2 hours, getting really small amounts of food, which barely, the digestive tract was basically neutral, but huge amounts of nutrition and the detox. Now, how do they know? Because they did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis and proved, and it's published, it's in the medical journals, that this what called mobilized the toxins so they would be leaving the body. And as a side benefit was this tremendous weight loss. By the way, she gained 9% lean muscle and was not allowed to exercise. They actually wore Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. Not that they're against exercise, but otherwise you'd be saying, oh, she lost weight because it was diet and exercise. No, it wasn't. They totally eliminated exercise. So what they found was not just that this was removing toxins from the body, blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides all came down dramatically just in a month. But the big one was inflammation, which plagues every one of us. It came down 25% in a month. That's never been seen before. It's never, no diet's ever produced anything like this. And the other part of it was maintenance, simple. Every morning, like before I came in the studio this morning, I had the world's most perfect foods for breakfast. I'll have a lunch and a dinner today, and then every couple months I do another 48-hour detox. Why? Because the toxins don't go on vacation. Now keep in mind, what I'm saying to you is this is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. The only other peer-reviewed studies that we can find are other from the pharmaceutical companies. I'll ask any of you, including you, A-Success, are you aware of anybody on TikTok with one shred of medical evidence? They give you opinions. So here's what it comes down to now, everybody. Up until this point, you only had opinions to deal with. And they're really nice people. I see them, medical doctors and chiropractors, dietitians. They're all up there, but they got no proof. They have no medical proof. They're just giving you opinions. So are you going to base your life and your health and your weight loss on an opinion? Or now would you rather base it on 10 published, peer-reviewed human trial studies in the biggest medical journals in the world? Not only that it's safe, but it's real. And I'll prove it to you now. If anybody wants to tell me they're male or female, how tall they are, their current weight, well, first of all, you're going to lose as much weight in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet. You'll lose as much weight in a month as literally could take you a year on diets. I'm not making this up. Listen, the New Health Conversation is a movement. It's not a company. Okay, here's the website you all can go to if you want. You just type in the New Health Conversation in Google. It'll take you to the website. What's there? The medical proof. We will not contact you if you go to that website. I swear on my kids' and grandkids' lives. However, if you like what you see and you're interested, which you probably will be, you scroll down, free consultation, free coaching. How much is the consultation? $0. How much is the coaching long term? $0. What do you buy from us? Nothing. The coaches are going to give you a grocery list that you take to the grocery store for 30% of what you bought last month. And 70% of the money left goes to these exotic foods around the world. And then they're going to coach you and show you how to do this. In addition, you actually get this. This is what, let me go back. This is what she followed. It's called the Blueprint for Success. And each one of these yellows here are daily videos from the researchers explaining to you, this is why it's safe. This is why you're doing this. These are the medical results that we saw. This is all, again, we give you all this for free. We all got coached. We all went through the blueprint. And we've got all kinds of people we've helped. To give you an idea, in the New Health Conversation started 23 years ago by me. And we've helped 800,000 people, just like all of you right now. This is going to, it'll change your life. That's all I can tell you. It's not, the weight loss is like a nice side benefit. The number one reason to do this is detoxification in your body. Right now, you're storing poisons in your fat cells. What are you doing about removing any of them? And this is not going to remove all of them, but I mean, again, you're doing something. You're not just sitting there and saying, okay, they're inbound, inbound, inbound. Right now, we're breathing in the fumes from the coal-fired power plants in China from 2 weeks ago if we live in North America. Everyone, this is what's going on. You can pretend it isn't. You can tell me you're going to do keto or paleo or carnivore or count your macros or I'm a vegetarian. Doesn't work. Right now, they're projecting, I have it right here. Johns Hopkins Medical School predicts obesity apocalypse in 4 years. We estimate 86% of Americans will be overweight or obese in just 4 years. Does that sound like to any of you that diets are actually working in the long run? It's one of the biggest it's about a 90 or $100 billion industry that fails 99% of the time. 2/3 of you right now, according to all the research, you're going to weigh more than you did. Now, don't have to believe me. Here's Medicare. Medicare did a big study. They're trying to bring healthcare costs down. Medicare's search for effective obesity treatments. Diets are not the answer. Medicare's researchers looked at the long-term outcomes of diets and found that 2/3 of all dieters regained more weight than they lost on any diet. That's all of you. Now, you can discount it. You can pretend it's not happening. You're just deluding yourselves. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your precious life. Don't you want your most maximum health? Don't you want maximum energy, maximum, you want to get rid of brain fog, you want to sleep better at night? My God, we have people with no thyroids, people with goiter, Hashimoto's, hypothyroidism, PCOS, perimenopause, menopause, and we're not treating, curing, diagnosing, or preventing any medical conditions, but their symptoms improve. They improve. I mean, bloating, most women complain to us, I'm in menopause, I can't lose weight. I can't lose weight until you do this. This is not a diet. All diets fail. They just fail. They don't work. I mean, I'd love for anybody to tell me a diet you think works long term. And again, I want you to understand, even if you've been successful on a diet, 25 to 40% of the pounds you're losing is not fat. That's a lie. It's a lie. The only thing you're losing is lean muscle mass. And you lose lean muscle, it slows down your metabolism. That's why you're going to gain all the weight back. But worse, it's slowing down your own immune system. I can tell you, sadly, I can address this. My own brother in 2011 was diagnosed with kidney cancer. My brother was 6'4". And when my brother passed away, he weighed 115 pounds. He looked like a skeleton. He lost all his lean muscle mass. Diets cause you to lose the pounds. 40% of what you're losing is lean muscle mass. This is the problem or the challenge with the shots. And we're not even against the shots. Again, I'm going to give you medical proof on the shots. Here's the New England Journal of Medicine, considered the #1 medical journal in the world. They did here it is, I'm going to read from the study. This isn't something I'm making up. Once weekly semaglutide. For 68 weeks, they studied these people. Not 6 or 8 weeks, 68, 1 year and 4 months. Right here in the study, after 68 weeks, the weight loss was 32 pounds. And of the 32 pounds people lost, 40% was lean muscle mass. And they went on to say, this is clinically relevant weight loss, in body weight. What? They're telling you you're going to lose 40% of your lean muscle mass on a shot. Look at the pictures. Look at the celebrities. Look at what's going on. We're not even against the shots. They're helping diabetics and people morbidly obese, but you need to at least be aware of what's going on. Yeah, you're going to lose weight, but if 40% of it, what do you think's happening when people stop these shots, everybody? What do you think's happening? They're gaining like a half a pound a day. They've so compromised their own mechanism in their body, their own metabolism, and they've lowered their own immune system. Do whatever you want to do. We're not here to convince you. We don't have time to do that. We're going to provide, here's the website you all can go to. You be the judge. There's an interview there with the #1 weight loss nutrition physiologist in the world. And he says in the interview, they, as the top people, they'll never put anybody on a traditional diet ever again. And they invented this, but they have no products. They have no company. They're scientists. I know it sounds too good to be true, but what are you all doing? Maybe a pound a week. Maybe a pound a week. So again, anybody that would like to tell me if you're male, no, stop right there, MS Tropics. Did you not just listen to what I said? You're going to get a grocery list. 30% of what you buy is from the grocery store. The other are foods. Yeah, part of it's shakes, but there's other nutrients that come from Tibet and, et cetera. I never said no products. I said we don't have any products to sell you. because there are no products. It's food. The only thing you're buying is food. You've got it backwards. I mean, misinterpreted. Sorry, misinterpreted. You're buying food. Go on a diet then. If you don't want to do this, go on a diet and lose a pound a week, maybe. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. This is changing people's lives. But you got to understand, it's the only medical proof. The hell, it wouldn't matter if they told you to eat barley grass. If this was working and you could change your life, you'd want to be doing it, I think. So, okay, let's get some people here that want to do some weight loss. Okay, so let's go here. J. Cole, 20 pounds per month. Yeah, that's the average, J. Cole, at least 20 pounds a month, minimum. As a matter of fact, I'll show you even more. Here's a 65-year-old diabetic man. How about 40 pounds in a month? How about 10 pounds a week, J. Cole? How about that? 10 pounds a week. Yeah, Wicked Ram, of course, so true. How? 20 pounds, J. Cole. Well, how about, or wait, how about Eric? How about 45 pounds in a month, a pound and a half a day? This is not a diet, everybody. If you're trying to figure this out, good luck. I mean, there's nothing like this on the planet, everybody. Nothing. I'm going to do some evaluations. Where do we start? Where you start is you'd go to this website right here, The New Health Conversation, and the only thing there is the medical proof. And if you scroll down, you get a free coach and a free consultation, and they'll give you a food list you buy at the store. No products. You're getting a food list to go to your grocery store. Proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. 30%. The other 5 or 6 food groups are coming in different forms. But you're eating food. It's food. That's all I can tell you. And if you don't want to do it, God love you, go on a diet. Because none of you can produce one shred of medical evidence from anybody on TikTok that you're following with any medical proof. You're going on opinions. If you want to do that, go for it. Okay? So let me see who we can do. So Wicked, do you understand where to go? Abbey Cafe. You're going to buy a month's worth of food, Abbey Cafe. That's the best way I can explain it to you. 30% of whatever you spent last month, that's all you buy from the grocery store. 70% of your money goes towards these world's most perfect foods that come from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. And I'd say maybe, a lot of people tell me maybe they spend $25 more a week than what they were spending total. Because remember, 70% of your food's coming from halfway around the world. But it's the highest level of nutrition that the researchers have ever found. You can't buy it in any grocery store, so there's no equivalent. It's not like you can go to, and I buy at Whole Foods and Trader Joe's and Sprouts and whatever, as much as we possibly can. But you got to understand that the foods around the world are becoming more and more nutritionally insufficient. Hell, we got 2.5 billion people overweight now worldwide, and 1 billion of the 2.5 billion are clinically obese. Clinically obese. It's called protein pacing. You can look it up, Dexter. Protein pacing. It's not a treatment. It's food. It's a new way of eating. I know it sounds crazy to you. There's no drugs. There's no pills. There's no supplements. It's food, okay? Food in different forms, like in a tea, for example. I mean, it's a little more complicated than that. But you get a free coach and a free consultation to find out about it. Free. How much is the consultation? $0. How much is the coaching? $0. What do you buy from us? Nothing. Okay? How, please explain Bree. Okay. Dexter signed up. Good, Dexter. Great. And lots of hearts coming up. I thought I saw somebody put in the chat. Let me see. Did I miss somebody who wanted to have a... Listen, any of you that want to put in the chat, if you'll tell me if you're male or female, how tall you are and your current weight, I'll tell you how fast you can lose weight. Okay, let's see. You waved at Carol. Hi, Carol. Okay, so I could have sworn somebody put in, if you just tell me if you're male or female and how tall you are, I'll do an evaluation. You're going to lose as much weight on this in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet. And again, I'm still waiting for anybody. Can somebody just give me a yes or no, whether it's Carol or Wicked Ram? Any of you, put in the chat, or any of you, this is the question I'm asking to the whole audience. Is anybody aware of anybody on social media with one shred of medical evidence other than the pharmaceutical companies, and now this protein pacing, which is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world? Do you all understand what a big deal this is? There's no keto, paleo, Mediterranean with peer-reviewed, published in 10 peer-reviewed human trials studies. You're you're trusting your health to nice people on TikTok that are giving you opinions. Do you think you should base the decision on your own health on an opinion? Or would you like to have, like, for example, would you go and take a prescription drug from your doctor and say, well, this is my opinion that this is good? Or do you, no drug if it's approved without a peer-reviewed human trial study, published. That's what this is doing. You can't show me any, I challenge every podcast I do. Can anybody show me anybody on TikTok with any medical proof at all? And then if you do a search like in the big, if you take a look, it'll shock you. Here it is right here. So we went to ChatGPT and asked them, is there anybody on TikTok with with any medical proof? And here's what they said. TikTok's major weight loss and health influences have no peer-reviewed trials to back up their claim. It's all opinions and anecdotal evidence from top influencers. Despite massive followings, they rely on on supplements without any rigorous training, no peer-reviewed studies at all. You can do whatever you want to do. It's a free country. We're not here to convince you. We've set this up, the New Health Conversation, to help all of you. By the way, if you go to the website, we won't contact you. We don't do that. But I mean, again, look at this. A 65-year-old diabetic man, 40 pounds in a month. Look at his stomach on day one. Look at his stomach on day. Oh, MS. Okay, MS. Let me explain it to you. I did the consult. I truly like what I hear. Good. Good. Who did you talk to? Who's your coach? I'm just curious. I'm really glad MS Tropics JA. That's great. Okay, me Swan, I'm 5'7", female, 269. Okay, at 5'7", a great weight for you is going to be 130. That's 139 pounds. Get ready. Sean, first 4 days, you should lose at least 8 to 10 pounds. The first month, you're going to lose at least 25 pounds. So after 1 month, you're going to be 244. Yeah, 244. The second month, 244. You're going to probably lose another 25. 244, that's going to drop you down to 219. It'll slow down a little bit. The third month, I'd say 219 is going to drop you down to about 219, about 195. The fourth month, again, another 20, you should be 175. The fifth month, 175, 155. 6 months in, you should be very close to your goal of 130. Tell me how excited you'd be about that. Mia Swan, tell me, how excited would you be about that? And Mia, here's where you go, right here to the website, the New Health Conversation. And they're talking about they went and got a free consult. The consultations are free, the coaching's free. The only thing you buy is food. You got it? Got it, Mia? Tell me a yes. Now, Mia, can I ask you a question? Or MS Tropics, let me ask you a question. Again, simple question. Can either of you show me or tell me anybody on social media, anybody, with one shred of medical evidence other than an opinion? I'm very curious. I ask my audiences this all the time. Not trying to be a smart aleck, but what I'm saying is, this is what's called irrefutable medical proof. Number one, it's safe, and number two, everything I'm sharing with you is backed up. Look, these medical journals all have their own set of experts, and they have one job. When people submit like a drug to a journal, their job is to discredit it because they don't want things coming out that are going to kill people, right? Well, and same thing here. This had to go through the scrutiny not of 1 or 2 or 3 panels of experts, 10. 10. There's nothing like this. It's almost like it's silly to even be discussing anything but this. Because again, you're putting an opinion up against medical proof. Which one do you want to go with? All of you. Yeah, MS, you're saying no. Me as one, I'm going to Google it now. Great. Apple Charms. I am 5'7", 285. Apple, I can see you there. You're female. Okay, good. Again, you should be 130. That's 155 pounds. Apple churns. First 4 days, 10 to 12 pounds. First month, about 30 pounds. You should be 255 after 1 month. You should be darn close to 225 after 2 months. After 3 months, 225. You're going to be right at around 200. Then it'll slow down a little bit. The fourth month, 180. The fifth month, 160. The sixth month, 140. So in 6.5, 7 months, you should be at 120. Apple Charms, just put in the chat how excited you are about that. Also, Apple Charms or anybody else, can you tell me anybody on social media with one shred of medical evidence, either Apple Charms or Mia or anybody? No. Okay, Lynn Love, I'm 1955. Can you tell me what would it do? Well, Lynn Love, here's what you can anticipate. Let's see what's going on here, mate. Enzo Box. I love drugs. Okay, you're just a clown. Bye. See you later. It was really nice talking to you. I don't know why people come on. We're talking about people's lives here and want to screw around. And I don't know, maybe it's a bot. I'm not even sure. But anyway, so let me ask you a question, Lynn Love. Yeah, Apple Charms. Go to the website. No, and no, I have not. And again, before I even tell you, Lynn Love, do you believe we're living in a toxic world? And do you believe you're toxic? Because if you don't, you're on the wrong podcast. If you do, then this is going to make total sense to you. See, we're drinking, breathing, eating chemicals. Hopefully everybody agrees with that. As they enter our body, the body takes the chemical and stuffs it inside of our, what's called our visceral fat. That's the fat around our organs. So the bloating that you're experiencing, most of you complain to us about, has nothing to do with body image. It's your body warning you, showing you that you're storing chemicals inside your very fat cells. See, one of the biggest lies being told to you is you can burn fat on a diet, or worse, you burn fat at a gym. It's just made up. There's no such thing. You have the same number of fat cells at puberty you do when you die. Go Google it. Look it up yourself. This is just a fabrication that people have said. It's crazy for me as a researcher. I look at it and go, well, obviously you didn't do any research. You understand all these people, they gained between 9 and 12% lean muscle. No one was allowed to exercise. They wore Fitbits to prove they didn't exercise. Not that the research is against exercise, but they wanted to eliminate it. Otherwise, you'd all be saying, oh, she lost weight because of diet and exercise. No, it wasn't. It had nothing to do with that. So I do experience that, right? Oh, good, Apple Chums. I just signed up. So any of the rest of you, when we're at 1,000 likes, come on, if everybody likes it, tap on the screen, okay? Now, Lynn Love, okay, let's do you, Lynn Love. You're 5'5", again, 5'5", 120 with great weight for you. That's 75 pounds. Lynn Love, first 4 days, 6 to 8 pounds. Lynn Love, first month minimum, 20 pounds. So Lynn Love, 1 month, 175, 2 months, 155, 3 months, 135, 3.5 months, Lynn, you should be at 120. Put in the chat if you can even wrap your head around that. Did you hear what I just told you? In 4 months, you're going to be 120? How would you do that on a diet, Lynn? How long would that take you on a diet? Tell me. I want to know. I'm not being a smart aleck. Maybe I am a little bit. I want to have some levity. But look, here's the thing that separates what this is about compared to anything any of you have ever done. This is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. So let me ask all of you if you'll do this. Ingy, 5'4", 205. How do we do this? Hold on. So I did Lynn Love. Lynn Love, give me some comments. Apple, are you excited about those numbers? Tell me, Lynn Love, are you? You can be shocked, but just tell me, are you excited about those numbers? Do you want to change your life, yes or no? Do you want to continue to follow opinions? Because Lynn, again, put it in the chat for me. Are you aware of anybody on TikTok with one shred of medical evidence other than opinion? And I see really nice people, medical doctors, chiropractors, PhDs, dietitians, nutritionists, fitness people. They don't have a shred of medical evidence. None, zero. Why in the heck are we following them? Because that's all that was available to us until now. So now you have a choice. I'm going to ask all of you if you'll do this for me. Good, Lynn. Steph, you came on late. It's a detox. Read it. She actually lost 60 pounds in 90 days. No products, no pills, no dieting. Revolutionary natural detox. It is a detox. It is not a diet. And the side benefit is unbelievable. Let me ask you a question, Steph. Do you believe we're living in a toxic world? And do you believe you're toxic? If you believe that, you're on the right podcast. Because this is about a detox. It was invented by the top weight loss researchers in the world. After 40 years of research, they were paid to try and find a diet that worked. They never found a diet that worked. Never, ever, ever, ever. No, Lynn, look at Curtis, 65-year-old diabetic man, Lynn. Look at him, 40 pounds in a month. He's 65 years old with no exercise. Look at his stomach. That's with no exercise, no sit-ups, no crunches. You see, my problem is if I tell you, it's almost like when I tell you what's real because it's from the medical studies, you think it's fake. because you can't believe there's anything like this. Lynn, have you ever seen anything? A 64, that's 10 pounds a week he lost, Lynn, with no exercise. Tell me, have you ever, just give me a yes. Have you ever seen anything like this? And then you look at Julie. How about 35 pounds in 37 days, Lynn? Look at her body. Look at how much it shrank with no exercise. With no exercise, everybody. Look at her body. Look at how much it shrank. Am I making sense? Steph, toxic world. Good, good. I'm glad you agree. Okay, so all right, so let me pause because I know a lot of people kind of want to know about how does this work, and then I promise if more people want to give me all I need from you, Lynn, never, right? Okay, Lynn, do you believe? Well, Lynn, do you understand? Lynn, do you understand the significance of peer-reviewed, published human trial study on human beings? Do you understand no drug, if it's approved without a peer review? I'm just asking you. I'm not saying you know or don't know. I didn't know what they were 25 years ago. Do you understand how significant this is? There's nobody out of 1 billion people on TikTok that couldn't find one person with one shred of medical evidence other than the pharmaceutical companies and this protocol. I mean, what more do you need to know? Again, Lynn, would you rather go with an opinion for the rest of your life to manage your weight? Or would you rather go with medical proof, Lynn? Give me a yes or no. I mean, a 1 would mean opinions, and a 2 would mean I want medical proof. All of you, I'm asking all of you the question. Put it in the chat for me. Show me. Do you want opinions? Because that's what you've had up to this point. A 1. A 2 means no, I want to do what they did in these medical studies. I want to do what she did. This medically proven, medically backed in the biggest medical journals in the world. Yes or no? A 1 or a 2. It's simple. A 1 or a 2. So let's talk. Oh, Brett Darling said, I want good apple chimes. Good, good. Ingy, all of you. Lynn, isn't this, I mean, come on, Lynn. This could change your life. All of you. I'm not messing around here. What do you think? And by the way, who the hell is this guy? Well, I'm going to show you, but I don't want to impress you. I want to impress upon you. You think I'm just some person? Wait till you see this. Go. 4 best-selling books, some of the biggest medical doctors in the world. 20 appearances on PBS. 1,500 live lectures around the world in universities and hospitals. They even flew me to China to lecture for 2 weeks. I also was a keynote at Autism One in Chicago, the largest autism conference in the world, 2 years in a row. So but I'm not giving you my opinions. I want you to understand I'm a researcher. Only thing I'm giving you, if it doesn't have the research, I'm not telling you about it. I'm not showing you a bunch of nonsense. You're all following hot air. Their lips are moving and what's coming out? Air, but no facts. Do you like facts or do you want opinions? Nice people. The diets are so ineffective. Let me show you a big study. Journal of the American Medical Society, 12 months. 12-month study. 48 different studies, 7,286 people in 12 months, okay? And this is the weight loss. From the most amount of weight loss on any diet in a year to the least amount of weight loss in a year was 2 pounds. And they named all the major diets: keto, paleo, Mediterranean, carnivore, count your macros, Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, Nutrisystem, Noom, South Beach, etc. The most amount of weight loss in a year on this was 16 pounds. And they said 25 to 40% of what people lost was lean muscle mass. There's so much data that just says diets don't work, even Medicare. Let me repeat again. Where's the Medicare study? Listen to what Medicare, they did a huge study. Medicare's search for effective obesity treatments. Diets are not the answer. Our researchers at Medicare looked at the long-term outcomes of diets and found that 2/3 of all dieters on any diet gained more weight than they lost. What are we doing? Is it just me? Am I seeing something you're not seeing? Don't believe your lying eyes when you got medical proof that diets don't work and you all are dieting? Really? And yet you all admit we're living in a toxic world and you're breathing, drinking, eating chemicals every day. And your body's storing them in your fat cells. What are you doing about removing even a gram of toxin from your body? Nothing. Until now. This is a detox. It's not a diet. So let's talk about how does it work. Well, first of all, do you all know that every night, as long as you don't eat too late when you go to sleep, your body slows down your digestion, which has to happen. Once digestion slows down, the body turns on a natural detox mechanism called autophagy. Happens every night, gets rid of dead cells. But it's not powerful enough to pull these chemicals out of your fat cells. So in comes these researchers. Now let's go over how this works. First of all, You would get a grocery list from our coaches. Coaching's free, the consultation's free. They're going to hand you a grocery list you would take to the grocery store, and on that list are proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. That's what she consumed, developed by the researchers, and they're based on serving sizes, not calories. And if you took your total food budget, a lot of you asked about a cost, 30% of the dollars you spent last month, that's all you're going to spend at your grocery store. Okay, you got it? That leaves you 70% of the money to buy foods you can't buy anywhere in any grocery store anywhere in the world, that literally come from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. Now, why is that important? Because those are the foods these people are eating in those areas where nobody's overweight. I'm serious, nobody. And what the researchers determined, those people, the secret was not much of a secret. The foods they were ingesting just had really high levels of nutrition. No herbicides, no pesticides. And there were other researchers that had been using these foods actually for over 20 years, but they never really put it together as far as an eating plan or anything. So the researchers, the people who invented this, who have no products, they don't have a company, you don't buy anything from them, you don't buy anything from us, you get a food list, and then the coaches will show you how to get these other foods from these other researchers. And then they invented a new way of eating. You can look it up. It's called protein pacing. It's a registered trademark, U.S. Patent Office. 5 days a week, you're going to eat 4 times a day. I hope everybody's following me. Breakfast is the world, they call these foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, the researchers call the world's most perfect foods from a nutritional standpoint, which is the only thing your body cares about. See, all of you, we've all been programmed to count calories. Guess who can't count calories, everybody? Your body. Your body has no idea what a calorie is. It's the dumbest thing we ever came up with. You can't ever be hungry for a calorie. The body can't be hungry for something it doesn't even know what it is. But what makes you hungry is lack of nutrition, okay? So it wasn't about, when they put this together, it wasn't about how much food was on your plate. It was about how much nutrition you could get in the least amount of food. So here's what they did. 5 days a week, like I said, she started every morning with the world's most perfect foods. And the reason they call them that, the combination of those 5 different groups would equal over 300 different nutrients. 300, not 30, 300. So unless you're on a prescription for low iron or calcium, you don't need any supplements at all. So breakfast, the world's most perfect food, lunch and dinner grocery, and a 4th meal, the world's most perfect foods. Yes, 4 meals a day. But keep in mind, you're getting smaller portion sizes, but high levels of nutrition, okay? There's no supplements involved, no pills, lotions, potions. You're buying food. 2 days a week, here comes the detox. No food from the grocery store, only these world's most perfect foods. This time, believe it or not, 2 days a week until she lost her weight, she was eating 8 times a day. She was eating every hour and a half for 2 hours. Now, there was a reason for that in relationship to detoxification. By giving her these really high value, dense nutrition foods 8 times, she got really small amounts of food that basically involved almost no digestion whatsoever, turning on the detox mechanism, and it detoxed. But they went one step farther. They did blood, stool, urine, and fat analysis, and proved without a shadow of a doubt that this was removing chemicals from the body, and that's why she shrank so much. And don't waste your time telling me, oh, it's a different woman and she's taller. No, it's a daughter of a friend of mine. We're scientists. We don't have to mess. We have nothing to sell you. So how would we gain by tricking you? Tricking you into doing what? I mean, people say that all the time. They get, oh, that's a different woman. I'm not listening to him. Okay, then don't. Then go do keto or paleo and have your heart broken. And if we look at people like Julie, this is really more amazing. That's 35 pounds in 37 days. That's not a misprint. But look at how much from her face to her shoulders to her stomach to her thighs and calves. She literally shrank. That's not body image. That has nothing to do with that. There's your proof that she's detoxing. But they medically proved it as well. Also, they saw blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides all plummet just in a month. And let's go back to Curtis, a diabetic. His A1C went from 8.4 to 6.4 in 30 days. That's 25% reduction in A1C in a month. Medical people come on here and they're astounded. They've never seen anything like this. But here was the big one, inflammation, which plagues every one of us. It came down 25% in a month. No diet's ever produced anything like this on the planet. And then if we look at someone like Eric here, look at him, 45 pounds. That's a month, everybody. That's 1.5 pounds a day. And that does look like a different person. It's the same person. Look at his blood work. His triglycerides and LDL in half in 30 days. And his blood pressure, 134/91, dropped to 102/61. That's in 30 days, everybody. 30 days. Are you kidding me? This is not a diet. Hopefully you're seeing that right away. Now, for all of you that are already curious and maybe you have to go to work or whatever, there's the free website. That's not a link. You need to type in The New Health Conversation in Google. It'll take you to the website. We won't contact you. We don't do that. We don't need to. That's the medical proof. The only thing on that website is the medical proof, and if you like it, scroll all the way down. Free consultation, free coach. Now let's talk about a couple more things as far as cost. 30% of the food that you would consume on this, you're going to buy from your grocery store. That leaves you 70% of the food to buy these other foods around the world. Now, here's what it'll say on the website if you go for the free consultation. 100% money back guarantee. The money back guarantee is on the 70% of the food. The 30% you're buying from your grocery store, unless you negotiate with them, they're not going to refund your money. You're getting a month's worth of food, but way less food than you're used to. The other foods, if this doesn't work, the first month, 100% money back guarantee. They'll even pay return shipping. You know, nothing's 100%, of course, but damn it, this is probably 99%. That's how powerful it is. And it's really based on the principle. The body thrives on what? Nutrition. So it's pretty simple. If you can give your body, which they did in these areas where no one's overweight, large amounts of nutrition in less food, you're going to lose weight or be able to maintain your weight. That's how and why it works, everybody, but it's a detox, okay? Does everybody get that? Lynn Love, the coaching's free. Lynn, excuse me, Lynn, you're buying a month's worth of food, Lynn. When did I ever say, I said the coaching was free. You misinterpreted what I said. Let me go over this again for everybody. You take your total, whatever you spent total dollars last month. Otherwise, Lynn, what would you be eating on this? I mean, there's no products. You're buying food. I mean, am I misinterpreting here with everybody? 30%, you take your total food budget, 30% you spend it at your grocery store, 70%. What, you think these people are going to ship this stuff to you from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America for free? We have nothing to do with it. We don't have anything to sell you. So I'm sorry for the miscommunication. But Lynn, where are you going to get these results? You're going to do keto or paleo or Mediterranean and do what this does? Of course not. So I hope everybody's clear. The coaching's free. You're buying a month's worth of food, none of it from us. Okay, does that clear it up, hopefully, everybody? All right, now, and FM, I just went over that with you. No, it's free to sign up, Lynn. There's nothing to sign up for. You go to the website, everybody. We're not going to contact you. I said that. But you scroll down, it says free consultation and free coaching. How much is the coaching? $0. And what are you buying? Food. So again, I'm going to go back up because I know some people were asking me they wanted weight loss numbers. Okay, hold on. Just a second. Lynn Love, you went to sign up and won't stop us from losing it. No, age won't. Toxic world. Okay, Saucy, I'm 5'1", 212. Want to lose 50. Okay, Saucy, at 212, 5'1", you want to be no more than 110 pounds. That's 102 pounds. Saucy, get ready. First 4 days, you're going to lose 8 to 10 pounds. Saucy, first month, you probably lose close to 30 pounds. That'll get you down to about 192 after 1 month. It'll slow down a little bit. Probably 25 pounds in the second month. 192 will get you down to 167. In the third month, it'll slow down a little bit more, 147. Fourth month, 127. So about 5 months, you can figure just about 5 months, Saucy, you're going to be very close to 110. Tell me how excited you'd be about that. You get coached for free, and the only thing you're buying on this is food. You buy nothing from us. Are you clear now, Saucy? Okay, let's go. Lynn Love, never, right. Okay, Ingie, I'm 5'4", 205. 5'4", you want to be, deal for you is going to be about 115. That's going to be... 115 is 90 pounds. Yeah, that's right, 90 pounds. So 90 pounds. Okay, Ingy, first 4 days, you're going to lose 8 to 10 pounds. The first month, you should lose at least, I'm going to say 30 pounds. You should be 175 after 1 month. It'll slow down a little bit the second month, probably 25 pounds. So 150 after 2 months. It'll slow down a little bit more. Third month, 130. Fourth month, within 4 months, you should be right at about 115. So Ingy, give me a chat. How excited would you be about that? Look, everybody, I'm not making things up. Here's why. Here's the website, everyone. It's free to go there. There's nothing to buy on the website. The only thing there is the medical proof. You scroll down, you get a free coach and a free consultation, but that's not what's important. What's important is you're going to get educated. This is not about giving you a bunch of food and then you're on your own. You're also all going to get what she got. Hold on. This is what she followed. This is what the researchers gave all the patients, called the blueprint for success. And each one of these yellows are daily videos from the researchers telling you this is what you're doing, why you're doing it, and exactly how it works. You got it, everybody? So, sorry, late, thanks. Blue chill, I'm not quite sure. Male guess. Okay, hold on. Yay. Oh, Yingy's cheering. Listen, listen, if you put your numbers in, I will get to you. But I got so many people that want to know, like, how do you do it? What are you doing? What is it real? What are we buying? You're not buying anything from us. You're buying food and a new way of eating, and it's published. Listen, everybody, I want some yes or no's. Is anybody, put it in the chat for me, of the audience. In the chat, is anybody aware of anybody on social media with one shred of medical proof? Because this protocol is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. It's safe, it's real. Nothing I'm sharing with you is an opinion. You're all following what? You're following opinions. That's what they're giving you. You can't show me anybody with any medical proof. Why are we doing this? Because that's all that was available. It's a medical doctor. They must know. With all due respect, I wrote 4 best-selling books to some of the biggest medical doctors in the world. They take 15 to 20 hours of nutrition in medical school. And they don't have any, they're telling you to do things where there's no medical proof behind it at all. And they're doctors or chiropractors or dietitians, nutritionists. Again, any of you, show me anybody on there with one shred of medical evidence. So guess 5250, a yes or no. Are you aware of anybody with any medical proof until now? And guess, given the choice between an opinion and 10 peer-reviewed human trial studies of this protocol, which one would you choose, guess? Are you going to continue with opinions, everybody, or do you want medical proof? It is so, I mean, it's like, I don't know what to tell all of you. I don't. This could change your lives. You can lose as much weight in 4 days on this safely as in 6 weeks of any diet. And keep it off. I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. I've kept it off for 23 years. She's kept it off for 9 years. These are not fake pictures. I know you think, oh, it's a different woman. The hell it is. It's the daughter of a friend of mine. We're scientists with nothing to sell you. We got something to tell you. That's free. The telling is free. You're buying food. If you took your total food budget for a month, 30% from the grocery store, 70% from these foods you can't buy in any grocery store at all that literally come from Russia, from Mongolia, from Tibet, South America, New Zealand. Real simple. Representing huge amounts of nutrition in small amounts of food. That's why this works. It's not about how much food you're eating. It's about how much nutrition you can put into your body. Your body doesn't run on calories. Oh my gosh, everybody. Counting calories is the most ridiculous thing we ever came up with. Your body can't count a calorie. Your body doesn't know what a calorie is. You've never in your life ever been hungry for calories. Why are you counting calories? It sounds good. Let's do a calorie deficit to lose weight. Okay, where's the medical proof? Because here's Medicare saying, Medicare's search for effective obesity treatment. Diet's not the answer. Our researchers looked at the long-term outcomes of calorie-restricted diets to assess whether any diet is effective for obesity. They found 2/3 of all dieters on any diet gained more weight than they lost. That's Medicare. That's not me saying that. Somebody has to stand up for you. Otherwise, you're being steamrolled. There's lots of nice people on TikTok now. A lot of, oh my God, I'm a fitness trainer. I'm a health coach. Well, wonderful. That's great. Where's your medical proof? Where is it? You got zero medical proof. Zero. And all of you are following these people with absolute no medical proof? Really? Do whatever you want to do. We're not here to convince you. Yeah, and I get really emotional. I piss people off sometimes. I'm sorry. I'm not going to apologize for my enthusiasm about what this is doing. Listen, the New Health Conversation, here's the website. It's free to go. Free to go to the website. There's nothing to buy there. The only thing there is the medical proof for all of you. I started this movement, the New Health Conversation. It's not a company. There's no products to buy. We're giving you knowledge and education. We all got coached. And the researchers who did this, entrusted us. Their journals are on our website for you to see. They wanted us to publish them so they'd be in the public domain because we have a bigger, it's hard to believe. This is real, everybody. This is not some fantasy. This is not pre-recorded. I'm not AI. Maybe some of you wish I was. I don't know. Listen, everybody. Do you want to change your life, yes or no? Or do you want to keep screwing around with these diets? You all know would anybody, honest to God, be honest with me. Would anybody be on this podcast right now if you'd lost weight on a diet and kept it off? Just be honest. I mean, come on, be honest. I mean, we got Here, let me show you something. It's so crazy. Here's a 65-year-old man, 40 pounds in a month. And look at his A1C from 8.4 to 6.4, triglycerides 242 to 124. Look at his stomach on day 1. Look at his stomach on day 30. They weren't allowed to exercise. He wore a Fitbit. They all did. They didn't set foot in a gym. Not that the research is against exercise. But if you think exercise is a weight loss program, you're crazy. Because I say so. Here's a landmark study out of UCLA titled Landmark UCLA researchers found that diet and exercise ineffectiveness parallels all diets. Like nearly every dieting method combining diet and exercise proves unsuccessful for the vast majority in sustaining meaningful weight loss long term. Only long term you should care about. What good is it doing to continue to lose weight on these diets and gain it all back and look for a new diet? They all do the same thing. They reduce the amount of food you're consuming. But what they don't tell you is when that happens, you reduce the amount of nutrition. Your brain thinks you're starving to death, freaks out, turns to your muscles for fuel. 25 to 40% of what you're losing on any damn diet you're on right now is your lean muscle mass. But it doesn't just slow down your metabolism while you're going to gain all the weight back. Did you know that losing lean muscle mass also reduces your own immune system? Sadly, I can address this. My younger brother in 2011 diagnosed with kidney cancer, 6'4", and when he passed away 8 months later, he weighed 115 pounds. Yeah, I saw muscle wasting. Now, obviously, to a much lesser extent, but diets, it's called catabolic metabolism. You can look it up. You're going on a diet, depriving yourself of nutrition. Your body, why does it turn to your muscles? Because they're rich in nutrition. And your brain runs your body not on calories, it runs on nutrition. Who the hell's ever told you this before? They don't tell you that. They're all about calorie deficit. Calorie deficit means nothing to your body. Your body can't count calories. So I've got lots of people. How do I sign up? Okay, Colorado Grandma, right here. Screenshot that, Colorado Grandma. I'm in Colorado. I'm in Denver. I'm actually in the tech center right now off of Bellevue and I-25. This is where my studio is. So you must be, if you're Colorado Grandma, you either live there or did live there, etc. So hello, welcome, neighbor. But screenshot that. That's the website you all can go to for free, and there's nothing to buy there. The only thing there is the medical proof, okay? The medical proof, nothing else. So again, the new health conversation. Grandma, did you see it? Colorado Grandma? And Blue Chill, you're not late at all. I'm going to go over it, I promise. I've just got so much to cover. I can only go so fast. I just want you all, please just be patient, because what I'm going to share with you could change your lives. We already got like 10 people dropping off, boom, like that. They don't even know what the hell it is. It's sad. It's sad. You're not willing to invest a few minutes in your own future, then I guess I can't save everybody. I can't. We're providing you with real medical proof. This whole protocol is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. It's a detox, it's not a diet, and you literally can lose as much weight in 4 days as 6 weeks of any diet any of you have ever been on. So I'm going to do, so Colorado Grandma, you good? Flayez, it's a detox, Flayez. Okay, makes sense. Okay, let me go back up and make sure I didn't miss anybody who wants a medical. I did Saucy, I did Lynn, I did Ingy. Okay, what is the remedy? Dr. Brown, D. Brown. It's a detox. I don't know if you heard me go over it because I can't tell when people came in the middle of what I'm doing. Steph, it's a detox. And I promise I'll go over it again. I've gone over it like 2 or 3 times now, and I'm happy to do it again. It's not a diet. It has nothing to do with dieting. It has nothing to do with counting calories. No one was even allowed to exercise. I'll explain it in a moment. Let me see who we've got here. Apple Charms. $0 on the website. Right, great. Sorry, Blue Chill. Okay, guess 5'10" male, 5'10", 2. Okay, 5'10", 180 would be a great weight for you. That's going to be 35 pounds. Get ready, guess. First 4 days, 6 to 8 pounds. First month, minimum 20 pounds. You're going to be right away at 195 after just 1 month. 2 months max, you'll be 180. 2 months max guess 5250. Did you hear what I said? I lost 40 pounds in 7 weeks 23 years ago. 40 pounds in 7 weeks. Because you have a lot less to lose than I did. You only want to lose 30 pounds. I mean, easily, with the second month, you're going to be there. Okay, I promise, Fliz, how do I sign up? I did that. Okay, Debbie, 5'5". But Debbie, I need to know how much you weigh. Miko, here's the website. Hold on, everybody. There's the website, Miko. Do you see it? That's where you go. And when you go to that website, everybody, there's nothing to buy. The only thing there is the medical proof. But if you like disease, scroll down. You get a free. How much is the coaching? Zero. How much is the consultation? Zero. What do you buy from us? Zero. Nothing. We have no products to sell you. This is based on food, 30% from your grocery store. If you took whatever you spent total last month, 30% of those dollars, that's all you're going to spend at the grocery store. You're going to get a list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. And then 70% of your money goes to these foods that are not available in any grocery store, from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, representing huge amounts of nutrition and small amounts of food. I'm going to go over it again for everybody, and then I'll do some more personal evaluations. So Debbie, okay. So Deb, 5'5", 120 would be great. So that's going to be 190 pounds. Deb, get ready. First 4 days, 10 to 15 pounds. The first month, Deb, minimum 30 pounds. So at the end of the first month, you should be 280. You should be 250 at the, 280 at 1 month, 250 at 2 months, 220 at 3 months. Fourth month, it's going to slow down a little bit. So 220, you should be about 195 after 4 months. 5 months, it'll slow down a little bit, 20 pounds. So you're at 195. Okay. 5 months, 175. 6 months, 175. So Deb, basically about 8 months, 8 to 9 months max, you should be at your goal. Now, let me show you why. Look at Mary here. Look at that. She lost 200 pounds in 11 months. 200. But look at her where's her loose skin? She doesn't have any. So that should, if anything, would motivate you. Hopefully it would be that, Debbie. Do you agree? Isn't that amazing? It's the same woman. See, everybody, there's nothing like this on the planet. There's no diet like this. And even if we look at, like Eric here, look at this, everybody. That's 1.5 pounds a day, 45 pounds in a month. But the impressive thing, look at his blood work. Triglycerides and LDL in half in 30 days, and blood pressure 134/91 dropped to 102/61 in a month. In a month? Are you kidding me? Oh, Miklo. Oh, you're not. That's not even a challenge. I'll come to you in just a moment. Okay, hold on just a second. Do you see that, Miklo? Can you see that? Now, I'm not saying you're going to lose 45 pounds in a month, but Miklo, I'm going to blow your mind at how much you will lose. Okay. See, this is the point. You're trying to, I know the only thing you'd have to go on, Miklo, with all due respect, is diets you've been on in the past, 1 pound a week, all that nonsense. That's gone. Okay, Miklo, get ready. At 5'5", you want to be, let's see, 5'5", I'd say 160 is going to be a better weight for you, so that's going to be 45 pounds. Miklo, get ready. First 4 days, 6 to 8 pounds. Miklo, first month, minimum, like 25 pounds. So you'll be 190 after just 180, right? Yeah, 180 after 1 month. It'll slow down a little bit the second month, probably. Well, basically, you're going to be at your goal in 2 months, 2.5 months max. Forget by June. We're talking by May. By middle May, you're going to be 160. So tell me, how excited would you be about that, Miklo? We see it all the time. Look at, here's a young guy. Where is he? Andy. 45 pounds in a month. We got 2 people 1.5 pounds a day. And then Ken over here, look at this. 34 pounds in 29 days. I mean, you got to understand, don't think you can calculate this based on diets, anybody. It's not a diet, it's a detox. And also, you're removing chemicals from your body, Miklo. And Miklo, this is published, you've been on, I've seen you on here. I've been talking about it. It's published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. We can't find it. Can you tell me, Miklo, anybody you know of on TikTok with one shred of medical evidence? Just give me a yes or no, Miklo. I just gave you a free evaluation. We have nothing to sell you, Miklo. There are no products. You're buying food. And here's the website, Miklo, for you to go to, or anybody. Right there, screenshot it, everybody, The New Health Conversation. What's there? The medical proof, including the medical journals for you to see. We don't have to convince you of anything. You're smart people. Here's the evidence. You'll see it on that website. And then make a decision. If you want, scroll down. How much is the consultation? 0. How much is the coaching? 0. How can we do this? Because the New Health Conversation is a movement. We've helped 800,000 people in 23 years. 800,000. And people are coming to us after they have these amazing results and say, I'd like to coach somebody else. Everybody gets a coach. The coaching's free, everybody. Free. How much is the coaching? 0. What do you buy from us? Nothing. What are the products? There are no products. You're buying food. 30% of whatever you spent last month at your grocery store, you get a list of proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. The other 70% comes from foods you can't buy in any grocery store anywhere in the world. They come from Russia and Mongolia and Tibet and South America and New Zealand, representing these huge amounts of nutrition that the researchers call the world's most perfect foods from a nutritional standpoint, which is the only thing our body cares about. Our body doesn't count calories, doesn't care about a calorie, doesn't know what a calorie even is. You're all counting calories. Why? You might as well be counting sheep. I'm serious. Your body has no idea what a calorie is. It's the biggest bunch of nonsense crap ever. So what happens on this, you're getting huge amounts of nutrition and less food. That's why you lose weight. But instead of losing lean muscle, see, on every diet you've ever been on, 25 to 40% of what you're losing, it's not fat. That's a lie. You're losing lean muscle. I see these dietitians or trainers telling you're going to burn fat on a diet. No, you're not. Or at the gym, that's a lie. You have the same number of fat cells at puberty you do when you die. Go Google it. Look it up yourself. You don't have to believe me. Yeah, I get really animated about this stuff. We started the New Health Conversation 23 years ago, or I did. And we've helped 800,000 people. We got medical doctors. We got tons of people now that are coming to us and saying, this is revolutionary. I didn't do the research. But gosh dang it, they have us publish, their journals are on our website for you to see for free. We shouldn't have to convince you of anything. Here's the evidence. You're smart people. No one's telling me, no one's shown me anybody on TikTok or social media with one shred of medical evidence. So here's the question for all of you. Don't do it yet, but whoever will participate, it's a simple survey. A 1 means you're okay, because what you've done up to this point is followed opinions, no facts, okay? A 2 means you want to go with the medical proof. You want to do what she did, and it's medically backed. So put a 1 or a 2 in the chat just for me, for my own edification, that I know that you're getting this. It's really important that you understand what you've been doing, what you're doing currently is going to fail. 2/3 of you weigh more than you did when you started. And Johns Hopkins Medical School now projects, here it is right here. Johns Hopkins Medical School predicts obesity apocalypse in 4 years. We estimate 86% of Americans will be overweight or obese in 4 years, everyone. Do you think your diet's going to work? And what's your diet doing about removing chemicals from your body? Nothing. If you believe we're living in a toxic world, you're on the right podcast. If you don't believe we're living in a toxic world, you're on the wrong podcast. It's that simple. So let's see. I'm 51, high blood pressure, diabetic, insulin resistant, 5'4", 230. Blue chill. Okay, male or female blue chill? Karina, I'm 2'8". Karina, I'm 5'1", 280. Okay, I'll get to both of you. But I want to make sure that, come on, everybody, can you answer me? Are you, a 1 means you're going to stick with opinions of the people on social media. A 2 means you want to do but what she did is medically proven and published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. Come on, everybody, help me out. A 1 or a 2. It's that simple. If you're a 1, you're on the wrong podcast. If you're a 2, you're in the right place. Because the only thing we're going to show you is medical proof, medical backing, no opinions. Nothing I'm telling you is my opinion. Okay? And I promise I'm going to get to all of you. 2, okay. I'm a woman, 78, 5'4", 200. Okay, good. Colorado grandma. So you are in Denver, Colorado grandma? And everybody's giving me a 2. Lisa K. So Lisa K, you're telling me that you'd rather go with an opinion than medical proof, or did you misinterpret what I said? So give me a yes or no. So it's fine. If you want to go with opinions, you're on the wrong podcast. Don't waste your time. Because the only thing we deal in is medical facts and medical proof, not in a bunch of hot air with nothing behind it. Nothing. Zero. So 1 means any of you are okay with opinions. A 2 means you want to do what she did that was back and published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. Okay? Oh, no, not sorry, Lisa. I wanted to make sure, that's all. Don't be mad at me, Lisa. I wasn't trying to pick on you. But people do that all the time. Look, Beth, okay, I've got a bunch of people that want to know how they did this. Okay, let me show you one more time, everybody. There's the website you all can go to. And I'm going to do the analysis for all of you in a moment, including you, Colorado grandma. Well, look, that's the website. Screenshot it, everybody. The New Health Conversation, okay? That website is for you to see the medical proof. If you like what you see, scroll down Free consultation, free coaching. Now, don't get confused. I said free coaching. You're buying food. You're buying a month's worth of food. So don't hear me say free. You're going to go to your grocery store and you're going to spend 30% of what you spent last month on proteins, fats, carbs, fruits, and vegetables. You're going to have a list developed by the researchers that they're going to give you, or we're going to give you. The other 70% of your money goes to these foods from around the world, from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, representing these huge amounts of nutrition and foods you can't buy in any grocery store anywhere. So please don't get confused. The coaching is free. Somehow people said, oh, you said it was free. The coaching. But you've got to eat for a month. We're not having you do water and lemon for a month. You're going to buy food. That's what's so cool about this. There's no products. There's no lotions, potions, pills. It's food. So I hope everybody saw a screenshot of that. That's where you can go if you choose. And if you go there, we're not even going to contact you. Okay, so let me go in order of the people who asked me here. So the first one, hold on here. Okay, I did Miklo. And Miklo, you didn't even respond. Are you excited about those numbers, Miklo? All right, the next chapter with Deborah. I'm female. I'm 164 now. But how tall are you, Deborah? Deborah, I can't do it if I don't know how tall you are. You're female, you're 164, but without knowing how tall. Okay, so I'll come back to you, Deborah, I promise. Hold on. So the next person on the list is is it Troke? Hold on just a second here. Let me get the proper person. Okay, Troker Ferns. A lot of people, I can't keep the computer steady. Okay, I'm 5'7", I'm 57 years old, I'm 190 pounds. It looks like you're a male. 5'7", a great weight for you is going to be no more than about 160. That's 30 pounds. Troke, first 4 days, you're going to lose 6 to 8 pounds. The first month, minimum 20 pounds. So within less than 2 months, you're going to be at 160. That's nothing on this. That's average. So put in the chat, Troke, how excited are you about those numbers? So wait a second. So there's another question I missed here. Troke, hold on just a second. So is this the detox food from other countries expensive? Colorado Grandma, I think I already went over that. You're going to spend about what you spent last month, total food bill, because only 30% you're going to Safeway or Albertsons or Kroger's that we have here in Denver. The other 70% of the money you have left pretty much pays for those other foods from around the world. Miko, oh, you gave me a thumbs up. Okay, I feel better now, okay? And Colorado Grandma, I'm going to get to you in a moment. I got to do the other people who are in front of you. Deborah, again, you understand I'm a scientist. I'm sorry to be picky. If you tell me how tall you are and your current weight, then I'll tell you what you should weigh. So maybe I'll agree that you're only 25 pounds. We're going to give you the medical weight that is definitely possible to give you. We're not interested in good enough. We're interested in extraordinary for you. And the problem is that your functioning would be based on what you know about diets. This is not a diet. Maybe it is 25 pounds, but at least I'll show you how fast you can lose it. So again, I need to know to be accurate for you. I'm doing it for you. It's not for me. So, okay, Deborah, you're 164. You didn't tell me how tall you are. That's all I was waiting for, Deborah. Okay. Hello from California, Troke. Okay, I'm 5'7", 190. I did that for you, Troke. We did that. Okay, hold on. We got lots of people here. Be patient, everybody. I'll get to you. I've got another about 27 minutes before I have to leave. Good morning. Chill. Okay. All right, chill. Look at Eric. Here's your look at his numbers. Look at his triglycerides. Look at his LDL in half. But look at his blood pressure. 134/91 dropped to 102/61. Tell me how excited you are about those numbers. Look at that. And he lost 45 pounds in a month. Again, everybody, it's not a diet. Okay? Does everybody understand that? Lots of people are excited here. Okay, hold on again. I lost blue chill. Okay. 51. I'm 5'4", 230. Okay, 5'4", max you want to be is about 115. You're 230, that's 115 pounds. Blue chill, first 4 days, you're going to lose 8 to 10 pounds. The first month, I know it's going to blow your mind. You're going to lose at least 25 pounds. So the first month, 205. The second month, another 25 pounds gets you down to 180. The third month, it'll slow down a little bit, 160 after 3 months, 140 after 4 months, and 120 after 5 months. You should be 120. Blue chill, and I'll be shocked if your blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, all those things don't come down dramatically. By the way, you're high blood pressure, diabetic. This was invented by a diabetic chemist. 25 years ago. We've helped hundreds of thousands of diabetics. Talk about diabetic. Look at this diabetic 65-year-old man. Chill. Look at that. His A1C went from 8.4 to 6.4 in 30 days. You can do it. He dropped his A1C 25% in 30 days. Big chill. Tell me what you think about that. Give me some thumbs up. Are you interested now? All of you, don't go on this to lose weight. That's like our booby prize. That's going to happen anyway. So, okay. So, who else? Okay, Lisa. Did I not do you, Lisa? I thought I did. 55285. Let's see. Did I do Miriam? Okay, hold on. Lisa. Okay, 55285. Okay, 55. Lisa, you. 125 would be great. That's going to be 125 is going to be 165 pounds. Okay, so Lisa, first 4 days, 10 to 12 pounds, maybe 15 pounds. The first month, at least 30, Lisa. So 255, 255, 225 after 2 months. 3 months, you're going to drop below 200. You should be in the about 198. The fourth month, 25 pounds is going to get you down to 173. The fourth month, 173. Another 25 pounds, 173 should get you down to 148. The fifth month, 148, it'll slow down a little bit, 128. So basically in 5 months, 6 months max, you should be very close to your target weight of about 115, 120. Lisa, put in the chat how excited you are about that. Okay. I love it, Deborah. 5'2". Okay, Deborah, let's now I'm going to get serious with Deborah here. Hold on just a second. Okay, Deborah's 5'2". Debbie. Okay, Deborah is, well, that was Debbie. Is that the same person, Debbie or Deborah? Wait a minute, are you the same person, Debbie and Deborah? Let me see here. I'm confused. So I got a Deborah and a Debbie. I'm not sure which one I'm dealing with because I need to know height and weight. Okay, next, I'm 25 pounds overweight. Okay, but I needed your height in order to, your current weight and your current height, Deborah. Sorry, good morning. Blue Chill, okay, Karen and Maria, 5'1". At 5'1", you want to be about 110, that's 170 pounds. Karina, get ready. First 4 days, 10 to 15 pounds. First month, Karina, you're going to lose about 35 pounds. 30, let's go with 30. 250 after 1 month, 220 after 2 months. 3 months, you're going to crack 200. You'll be about 195. It'll slow down a little bit. So the fourth month, I'd say you're probably going to be around 170. The fifth month, 170, you should be about 170, 20, and 150. 150, let's see, 150. The next month, 130. So a little bit over, I'd say 7 months max, you're going to be around 110. Karina, put it in the chat. How excited are you about that? Okay, Colorado, Grandma, I'm 5'4", I'm 200. Okay, 5'4", Grandma, let's do you. 5'4", you want to be no more than about 115. That's 85 pounds. You're going to lose 8 to 10 pounds in the first 4 days, Grandma, with no exercise. So after 1 month, you're going to be about 175. The second month, it'll slow down maybe a little bit, 155. Third month, 135. Fourth month, 130. You're going to be at your goal within 4 months, Colorado Grandma. Tell me how excited you are about that. Okay, Beth, I'm 5'6", 187. Hello, Beth. How are you today? 5'6". You're going to be a good weight for you. It's going to be 130, 57 pounds. Beth, first 4 days, 6 to 8 pounds. First month for you, Beth, at least, well, I'm going to say 25 pounds. You're going to be then, that's 162. It'll slow down a little bit the second month, 142. So 2.5 months, Beth. I know it's crazy. You should be around 130 in 2.5 months, 3 months at the most. Beth, put it in the chat. How excited are you about that? Okay, next chapter with Deborah. Okay, Deborah. 5'2", 163. Okay, Deborah, let's do you. 5'2", Deborah, you want to be no more than about 115. That's going to be 48 pounds. So 48 pounds. Okay, Deborah, brace yourself. First 4 days, Deborah, at least 6 to 8 pounds. First month for you, Deborah, minimum 20 pounds. 143 after 1 month. 123 after 2 months. 3 months in, Deborah, you're going to be right at about 115 in 3 months or less. Now, Deborah, tell me how excited you are about it. Come on, everybody, put in the chat. If I'm giving you these numbers, at least tell me you're excited about it. And also, can we get some more taps on the screen? We're only at 2,700. Come on, everybody. Come on, let's do this. All right? Now, again, Deborah, since I've done, and Lisa, I've done Beth and Lisa and Deborah, put in the chat for me, okay, a yes or a no. Are you aware of anybody on social media with one shred of medical evidence? Please help me out. I want to know what the audience feels. Because if you think there's medical proof over there, I want to prove to you there's not. So a yes or no. Have you seen anybody on social media with any medical proof until now, until this protocol? Any of you? Put it in the chat for me, okay? Okay, Miriam, I'm 185.2, I'm female. Okay, 185.2. Again, you want to be about maximum 110. That's 70 pounds. Miriam, first 4 days, you're going to lose 6 or 8 pounds in 4 days. The first month minimum, Marion, I'm going to say you're going to lose at least 20. You'll be 160 after 1 month, 140 after 2 months, 120 after 3 months. So to get down to 110, 3.5 months from now, Miriam, 4 months max, you're going to be 110. Again, put it in the chat for me, Miriam. How excited are you about that? Very excited. Okay, Lisa. I did you already, Lisa. I think I did you twice, okay? Next chapter with Deborah, 5'2". Deborah, I did you a few minutes ago, right? Fatuma, I'm 5 feet and 70 kilos. Okay, so Fatuma, the first question is, this is not available everywhere in the world, Fatuma. So before I waste your time, it's only available, everybody, in Canada, the United States, Puerto Rico, New Zealand, Australia, and anywhere in the EU. It's not available anywhere else in the world. So Fatuma, are you in one of those countries? Because otherwise, the 70% of the food you get on this, which you don't buy from us, they only ship to those countries. That's it. So again, Canada, United States, Mexico, Puerto Rico, New Zealand, Australia, and anywhere in the EU. And also now I guess they're in Cyprus. I don't have anything to do with that. We don't ship you anything. We have nothing to sell you. You're buying food. That's it. So Fatuma, are you from one of those countries? Next chapter. Put it on there. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, Deborah, I was able to get your information. Okay, little paradise. Okay, little paradise, 5'6". Let's see, little paradise. I can't tell. I gotta see. Okay, little paradise. Now I see. You're female. All right, so little paradise, 5'6". All right, 5'6", little paradise, 130 would be a great weight for you. That's going to be 130. It's going to be 92 pounds. Okay, get ready. Little paradise. At 5'6", 130 would be a great weight for you, 130. And we're going to get you there pretty quick. Okay, so first of all, in the first 4 days, you're going to lose 10 pounds. The first month, you're probably going to lose close to 30 pounds. That'll get you down to 190 after just a month. The second month, maybe it'll slow down a little bit. So from 190, you're going to lose about 25. That'll get you down to 165. The third month, it'll slow down a little bit, maybe 20 pounds, 145. So effectively, in about 4.5 months, little paradise, you should be about 130. Put it in the chat. How excited are you about those numbers? Very. Everybody's telling me little paradise, little paradise. I just did you, little paradise. Oh, good, Colorado Grandma. You'll get contacted within a day or two, okay? All right, Sambone, 6'1", 340. Sambone, 6'1", 210 would be a great weight for you. That's going to be 230 pounds. No, 130, 230, yeah, 210. Sorry, I miscalculated. 210, 130. Sorry. No, 130 gets you to your 210. Yeah, 340. Okay, sorry. Sambone, first 4 days, 10 to 12 pounds. Sambone, first month, about 30 pounds. I'm not kidding you. You should be 310 after 1 month. 310, you should be about, 310 after 2 months, probably another 30. I'm going to say you're going to be about 280. It'll slow down a little bit. The third month, I'd say 25 pounds. That 280 is going to get you down to 255. Another 20 pounds will get you down to 235. So 5 months, little prairie. Who was I talking to? I lost my train of thought here. Sambone. So figure 4.5 to 5 months, you should be at 210. Tell me how excited you'd be about those numbers. And remember, you're not on a diet and you're only buying food and you're going to get coached for free, okay? I want to go fast, everybody, because now I've only got about 17 minutes. So Antoine Mack, 5'11", 328. Antoine, 180 would be a great weight for you. 180 is going to be 148 pounds. Let's see, you're 180 plus 142. So 200 pounds will get you down to 128. Yeah, so 140 pounds, sorry. Okay, so Antoine, first 4 days, 8 to 10 pounds. Antoine, first month, at least 30 pounds. So 198 after 1 month. One month, you're going to be at 28 and 10. Yeah, about 195. Okay, the third month, 195, 170. The fourth month, 150. So sorry, in 3 months, 3.5 months, you should be at your goal weight. Antoine, tell me how excited you are about that. Cindy, 5'2", 200. Cindy, 5'2", 110 would be a great weight for you. Excuse me, that's 90 pounds. Cindy, first 4 days, 8 to 10 pounds. First month, at least 25. 1 month, 175. Cindy, 2 months, 175, about 155. Third month, about 135. Fourth month, about 115. So basically, I'm going to say 4.5 months max, Cindy, you're going to be at 110. Cindy, put in the chat, how excited are you? Now, if any of the rest of you, whether it's Little Paradise or Sambone or Antoine or now you, Cindy, if you'll put in the chat for me a yes or a no, are you aware of anybody on social media with any medical proof at all until now? Just give me a yes or no. Help me out. It's kind of my survey of my audiences because I want to know what your perception is about what's available to you in the marketplace. Because what we see, the only thing that's been available to all of us was opinions with no medical facts. So can I get a yes or no from some? Show some before and afters. You only show men. No, I've been showing women all day long. What are you talking about? Here we go. 21 pounds in a month, because I was doing men. That's why. Now I'm doing women. I apologize. I promise. So 21 pounds in 30 days. You only had 30 pounds to lose. Look at Julie. Look at Julie. 35 pounds in 37 days. Talk about women. That's unbelievable, is it not? And look at how much she shrank and no loose skin. It's not photoshopped, okay? And it's not a diet. So did I miss you, Jackie? Hold on. I must have. Jacqueline, sorry. And again, Jenny, I promise, look at that. And then talk about a woman. Look at this, Jenny. 200 pounds in 11 months. 200 pounds in 11 months. What do you think about that, Jenny? Okay, so I'm going to do Jacqueline. I'm sorry, 5'3". 5'3", Jacqueline, 115 would be a great weight for you. That's 80 pounds. Jacqueline, first 4 days, 195, at least 8 to 10 pounds in 4 days. The first month minimum, Jacqueline, is going to be at least 20 pounds, 175 after 1 month, 155 after 2 months, 135 after 3 months. So 4 months, Jacqueline, you're going to be 115 in 4 months or less. Tell me how excited. Because look at, you're not going to do what Julie did, but look, she lost 35 pounds in 37 days. Look at that, everyone. That's what's possible. The average is more like what Kristen did. 5 pounds a week, you can figure, is the average on this. That's our low average, not our high average. High average is like Eric. How about 45 pounds in a month? Or this 65-year-old man, 65 years old, 40 pounds in a month. I'm telling you 5 pounds a week because I want to be conservative. Do I think you could lose more than that? Yes, but I'm not going to tell you that. Are you going to be unhappy with me if I tell you you're going to lose 20 pounds in a month and you lose 30? I hope none of you will be mad at me. I didn't invent this. It's not there's nothing to buy from us. We don't have any products. Okay, Maribel, here's the program right there. You go type in the New Health Conversation, Maribel, and that's a website. It's not a link. You just type in the New Health Conversation, everybody. It'll take you there. There's nothing to buy, only the medical proof. But if you scroll down, free consultation and free coaching. Did you hear what I said? How much is the coaching? $0. How much is the consultation? $0. What are you buying? The coaching's free. Free. You're buying food. Take your total food budget last month, take 30% of those dollars. That's about what you're going to spend. No, that is what you're going to spend at the grocery store, no more. These are 70% of the money to go towards these foods that you are going to consume. They come from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand, representing huge amounts of nutrition and small amounts of food. That's what you're buying, food. And you're going to spend maybe $25 more a week than you spent total last month. But look at these results. They don't work with just organic. The reason they limited you to only 30% of your food organic is because the food around the world is becoming really nutritionally insufficient. The key to this is to give you high levels of nutrition with less food, and it's a detox at the same time. Does everybody understand that? On the website, there's a 20-minute video explaining what you do on a daily basis, etc. But more importantly, there's an interview with the #1 weight loss researcher in the world. He and his team created this. They have no company. They don't have any products. They don't sell anything. They're scientists who discovered this, and they're going to change the world. And I love that everybody's giving me a no as far as the medical proof. No one can give me any medical proof from anybody on TikTok. Okay. Julie, hold on. On the left is the before. Look at how much, look at her face, look at her shoulders, look at her stomach, look at her thighs. Let me get out of the way. Now, can you tell the difference? Can you tell the difference now, Jenny? You certainly can tell the difference here on Kristen. Look at her stomach on day 1, and then look at her stomach on day 30. That's with no exercise. And she only had 30 pounds to lose. So again, Julie, you can see she literally shrank. Hopefully you can see the difference now, Julie. Can you see it now? Jacqueline, thumbs up. Okay, and all of you are clear, Antoine, and everybody else, you understand. There's the website, The New Health Conversation, where you all can go. It's free to go there. There's nothing to buy. But if you scroll down, free consultation, free coaching, and they'll go over everything with you, including but also you all are going to get this. Hold on, let me go back. So this is what she followed. It's called the Blueprint for Success that each one of you would get. It was developed by the researchers to give to the patients in these studies. And each yellow is a daily video from the researchers who created this, teaching you, saying it's safe, it's real, this is what you're doing. They have no products. You're buying nothing from them. You're buying nothing from us. I know it sounds too good to be true. I don't know how else should I explain it to you. We're not selling you anything. There's nothing on our website you can buy. My books aren't even there, right? Okay, so AB 170.59. Okay. Well, AB 313, I'm going to say, if you're 5'9", you shouldn't, 160 would be a great weight for you. Hell, you're going to lose that in 2 weeks. You're going to lose like 5 pounds in the first 4 days. You might lose 10 pounds in a week. I'm not kidding you. So you're really in pretty darn good shape in terms of where your weight should be. But obviously the main reason to do this is detoxification. It's not the weight loss. The weight loss is the booby prize. You got it, everybody? Thank you, Jenny. Yes. Oh, so Jenny, you're saying now you can see the difference, right? Good, I'm going to the website, AB 13. So, well, you tell me then, AB, where do you want to be? And I'll tell you how fast you can get there. You're like the lowest combination I've had so far all today. That's a victory on your part. Do you want to be 150? Would that be 150, 155 and then be ripped? Well, let me show you what happens at this people. Now, this next picture I'm going to show you is if you exercise. None of these people, none of them were allowed to exercise. So get ready. As a male, you're going to really like this, I think, AB. So this is a 43-year-old man who lives in Nicaragua. He's a surfer in incredible shape. He did not do this to lose weight, AB. But you talk about getting lean and mean. Where do you see this? That's exactly 11 days. So on day 1, you can see pretty darn good shape, AB. And look at that. When it says day 5, that's 4 days in. That's the morning of day 5. And when it says day 12, AB, that's the morning of that's 11 days. Look at that transformation. AB, how excited would you be about that? And AB, nobody else up to this point I've showed you, they were not allowed to exercise. None of them exercise. But this is what happens when look, you're near in shape. So you can imagine, remember, it's not just you're going to lose 10 or 15 pounds, but look at the transformation. You're going to build 9 to 12% lean muscle, even if you don't exercise. Now, he was exercising at the gym, he surfs, etc. But AB, give me a comment about that. Yeah, thumbs up. I figured you would. But AB, is that amazing for all of you? 11 days, not 11 weeks. 11 days. Now, in case you think it's Photoshop, which people do, I know this person. That's my youngest son. That's my youngest son who lives in Nicaragua with my wonderful grandson who just turned 6. Yeah, he lives in Nicaragua and surfs every day. And actually, he's responsible for training coaches on our program. But he's obviously a product of the product. Rathniker, it's a detox. It's not a diet. Let me give you the short version, Rathniker. How tall are you, Rathniker, and what's your current weight? And I'll tell you what you can anticipate, because 20 pounds in our world, it may be more than that. See, you're envisioning a diet. This is not a diet, it's a detox. So first, Rathniker, do you believe we're living in a toxic world, and do you believe you're toxic? If you do, you're on the right podcast, because this is totally based on detoxification and with this tremendous side benefit of weight loss, okay? Here's a 65-year-old man, Rathniker. Look at this guy, 40 pounds in a month. That's a month. That's not 6 weeks. That's 1 month. Anyway, so Rathniker, how tall are you and what is your current weight? and then I'll give you a realistic assessment. So here's the website, by the way. You can also go, any of you, right there, the New Health Conversation. You just type it into Google. It's not a link. Just type in the New Health Conversation. There it is, and it'll take you to the website. Tammy, how tall are you, Tammy? I need to know how tall you are. And Tammy, here's someone that should excite you, Tammy. Look at this lady here. 200 pounds in 11 months, 200. And look at no loose skin. Tammy, this can change your whole life. There's nothing like this on the planet. And there's the website, Tammy, you can go to. I've got exactly about 7 more minutes. So Rathnicker, if you want me to give you an analysis, I will. So Tammy, you're 5'10", you're 5'10", is that correct? Okay, Rathnicker at 20 pounds. Yeah, 190. Oh, actually, let's see, 20 pounds would get you down to 91, 191. If you really want my personal opinion, I mean, absolute terrific weight, would you be 180? That'd be 31 pounds. And Rathnicker, here's the thing. In the first 4 days, you're going to lose 6 or 8 pounds. Easily, Rathnicker, you can lose that 30 pounds in probably 5 or 6 weeks max, maybe faster, Rathnicker. So there's your answer. If you want to lose 20 pounds easily, you'll lose that in like 3 weeks. But I'm telling you, if you want to be ideal, if you want to be absolutely cutting edge at the tip of where you could and should be, it should be about 180, just to give you an idea. Make sense? Okay, so Lizette. And do you understand, Rathnicker, to go to that website? Do you see it right there? And you can get a free coach and free consultation. It's based on food, Rathnicker, and a new way of eating. This is not, there's no products. You're buying 30% of the food. All of you, listen to me. 30% of what you're going to buy on this comes from your grocery store, and 70% comes from these foods from Russia, Mongolia, Tibet, South America, New Zealand. Why are they so special? Because they contain about 300 different nutrients. So unless you're on a prescription for low iron or calcium, you need no other supplements, okay? So let me come back here to Tammy real quick. Tammy, 5'10". All right, Tammy, at 5'10", a great weight for you is going to be about 5'10", 150. Let's go with 160. 160 is going to be 215 pounds. Okay, so Tammy, first 4 days, get ready. 12 to 15 pounds in 4 days. The first month, Tammy, you're going to lose about 35 pounds. So 340 after just 1 month. The second month, I'd say you're going to lose another 30. So you're now 340, 310 after 2 months. The third month, again, Tammy, 25 pounds. So 310 is going to drop you down to about 195. It'll slow down a little bit. The fourth month, 195. No, sorry, you'll be 170 after 4 months. Did I do that right? 270. Let me go backwards. So first month, 35 pounds, 340. The second month and the 30 is 310. Yeah, 200 and so 129. No, I messed up. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you'll be 290 after 3 months. After 4 months, 290, 260. After 4 months, 260, 230. After 4 months, 230, you're going to be knocking on the door of like 210. The fifth month, you'll crack through. You should be about 190. The 6th month, 170. So I'm going to say about 7 months, Tammy, you should be around 160, 150. Tell me how excited you'd be about those numbers, right? Okay, Lisette, 5'3", 170. Lisette, 5'3", 115 to be great for you. That's going to be 55 pounds. Lisette, first 4 days, you're going to lose 6 to 8 pounds. The first month, at least 20 pounds, Lisette. First month, 150. Second month, 130. So effectively, in 2.5 months, Lisette, you should be right around 115, 120. Put in the chat, how excited would you be about that? Oh, Rathnicker, great. So look at the medical proof, Rathnicker, and then if you want, we won't contact you, Rathnicker. You have to contact us. You scroll all the way down, free consultation, free coaching. You'll see it right at you have to go all the way down to the bottom of the page to get a free consultation. You got it? Okay, Renee, 5'9", 236, female, 57. Okay, Renee, 5'9", you're very tall, Renee. I'd say again for you, ideal 150 at the most. Okay, 150 means you want to lose 150, 70, 80, okay, so 150, about 86 pounds. Let's roughly do that. Okay, the first 4 days, Renee, on this, you're going to lose about 10 pounds. First month, at least, I'm going to say 30 pounds. You should be let's say 25 pounds, 211 after a month. Second month, 25 pounds. to 11, 195, 196 after 2 months. The third month, it'll slow a little bit, 196, 176. The fourth month, so basically, Renee, in 4 months, you're going to pretty much be at 150, 160. Tell me how excited you'd be about that. And you all understand. Now, listen, again, if you would do it for me, Rathnicker, Lisette, Tammy, Renee, put in the chat, because I'm ending this podcast now, but put in the chat for me, anybody, are you aware of, just a yes or a no? This is a simple survey. A yes or a no, are you aware of anybody on TikTok with one shred of medical evidence, one shred of any medical evidence at all? Any of you? Can anybody tell me anybody? Just give me a yes or no. Renee or Rathiger, Lisette said no. So the reason I'm telling, good Renee, thank you very much. Anybody else? Now, why am I asking you? Because up to this point, I think you all would agree, the only thing you've had to go on was opinions. And there's really nice people, medical doctors, chiropractors, dietitians, nutritionists, but they don't have a shred of medical evidence. They have none. And this, what we're talking about here, is published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. So then I would ask the last question. A 1, listen to me carefully, a 1 means you're going to continue with opinions even after this podcast today. A 2 means you want to do what she did based on medical proof. So a 1, you're okay with an opinion. A 2, you're changing course. You want to do what is backed by 10 peer-reviewed, published in 10 of the biggest medical journals in the world. So again, give me a 1 or a 2, everybody. Anybody can do this. But again, you're entrusting your future to opinions versus medical facts. Which one would you rather go by, everybody? A 1 or a 2? A 2. I figured, Rathnicker. And Rathnicker, please make sure, watch that 60 Minutes That'll Change Your Life, because not only is he the top weight loss researcher in the world, they've worked with Navy SEALs and Green Berets and Olympians and NHL and NFL football players, with CrossFit people. And ironically on this, Rathnicker, nobody was allowed to exercise except the one young man I showed you, because they wanted to eliminate it. Otherwise, people would be saying, oh, they lost weight because it was diet and exercise. No, it wasn't. And of course, a lot of people with the kind of weights I'm seeing, they can't exercise, at least initially. They're just too big. So it's really important that you understand that this isn't just some guy. This is the #1 rated weight loss researcher in the entire world. Rathiger 2. Who else? Tammy or Renee? A 1 means you're okay with opinions. A 2 means you want to do what she did, backed by the medical proof. Anybody else want to put in the chat for me? Come on, everybody. Give me some help. Give me some love here. Oh, Renee says a 2. How about you, Tammy? A 1 or a 2? Are you going to continue after this podcast with opinions, or do you like the idea of having medical proof proven and published in the biggest medical journals in the world that this is real and it's safe? Again, a 2. Renee, are you ready to change your life? Tammy, are you ready to change your life? Lisette, are you ready to change your life? Ranker, I know you are. You just want to get ripped like my son. I don't blame you. I'm not discounting it. But you realize if you do work out with this, it gets crazy. Renee's a yes. Good, Renee. We're happy for you, Renee. One last time, everybody, here's the website. I'm going to close this podcast in a couple minutes. There's the website. Screenshot it. If you go to the website, on my kids' and my grandkids' lives, we will not contact any of you. But if you like what you see, you scroll down, you get a free consultation and free coaching. Let me stop right there. The free part is the coaching. You're buying food. Otherwise, we'd be putting on what, water and lemon? I mean, you got to buy a month's worth of food to do that. Well, you need a month's worth of food to live. That's what you're doing. You're buying a month's worth of food to start out, but I didn't even tell you the best part, everybody. On the website, it'll say when you go down for the free consultation, 100% money back guarantee. Let me clarify. The 30% you're going to buy from your grocery store, they're not going to refund your money if this doesn't work. But the other 70%, if this doesn't work, 100% money back guarantee. They'll even pay return shipping even though you've eaten all the food. Now, you tell me if there's anything like that anywhere on social media. Doesn't exist. Tammy, I'm going to go to the website. Great, Tammy. Lisette, do you see the website? Give me a yes if you do. Renee, I hope you all can see the website. Because that, and it's not a link. Just type in The New Health Conversation. That's what it is, The New Health Conversation. All right, everybody, I need to close. I'll come back on this morning in case you have friends that want to tune in. Let's see, 9:30, yeah, about 11:30 Eastern Standard Time today. I'll be back on. And I normally do them about every hour and a half or 2 hours. So if anybody else, but you can send anybody to the website. It's free to go there. There's nothing to buy, and they'll get handled. We have really great coaches that are very good, good. All right, everybody.